Peace to the family. If you're watching this video, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, share this video. Let everybody know that we go live every day from 3 to 6, or 3 to 5:30, Monday through Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Now, a lot of people hit me up. I've been seeing what's going on as it relates to the Jaron Boots Ennis sparring with Canelo Alvarez, helping Canelo Alvarez get ready, get prepared for, Terence Crawford. He's fighting September the 13th. And a lot of people are mad. I'm looking at different videos, or actually, looking at several videos, several YouTube channels and stuff like that, looking at what's going on Twitter, the app formerly, actually X, the application formerly known as Twitter. And I had people hit me up, emails, sending me text messages and stuff on my phone. Man, coach, what do you think about this and that? Some people feel that Jaron Boots Ennis should not be in camp helping a white Mexican, trained to prepare to beat another black African-American fighter. That's how some people are taking it. The ones who are on code and stuff like that, who follow the code and stuff like that. And I'm gonna break down what the code is in a minute. But however, I don't look at it that way. I'm gonna tell you why. Someone like a Jaron Boots Ennis, he built his whole career, or his handlers, built his whole career, pretty much a certain part of his career, most definitely, being attached to Terence Bud Crawford. He's looked upon as being Crawford 2.0. This is what, Philadelphia YouTube channels, team members of his team have said in several videos. There's a million videos out there saying this, and they're saying that, hey man, he's better than Crawford because he's a switch hitter. He's taller. He's a switch hitter. He's more athletic, this and that. So Jaron Boots Ennis' whole name, his career was built on Terence Bud Crawford's name, pretty much. You know what I mean? So even to this day, you know what I mean? To this day. Even to this day, people say, oh man, well, because he's a switch hitter. And I get that, it is what it is. But to me, they don't fight the same. Outside of switch hitting, there's nothing that Jaron Boots Ennis does that's similar to Terence Bud Crawford, outside of just being a switch hitter. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. That's how I see it. However, I'm not upset with him for training with Canelo to help Canelo, beat Crawford. Because the reason I'm not upset with him, I mean, what is Canelo supposed to do? Like, I would think that's a gimme that, you know what, he's fighting someone that lets me know that Canelo is taking this fight very, very seriously. And he needs someone in there that can closely, replicate Terence Crawford to the best of his abilities. You know what I mean? So give him a look. That's so if he sees something in the ring when he fights Crawford September the 13th, you know what I mean? He could be like, oh, okay, I went through this in sparring with Boots. Only problem is Boots is not Crawford. They don't fight alike, to me. Outside of switch hitting, they don't fight alike at all, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm just watching him. I'm like, he is, I guess he would be the Temu version of Crawford. You know what I mean? If you want to say that, but his whole name and image is being built off another man's name and image. Did you get what I'm saying? The very same thing that Team Boots would say that Brian Norman is doing. Well, not Team Boots. I even heard Boots say this in a press conference. He said that I think it was after he beat Mantis Stanionis, and he was talking about Brian Norman Jr. He was saying, oh man, look, they just clout chasing. They're trying to build their name off of my name. Well, you doing the exact same thing to Terence Crawford. You built your name off of Terence Crawford. So I say all that to say this. I'm not upset with Boots for training with Canelo. He can do what the hell he want to do. The man can do whatever he want to do. He's probably a fan of Canelo. He got opportunity to meet him, train with him, and he's helping him, to get ready to beat Terence Crawford. I mean, that's nothing, me personally, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, I don't think it's going to help either way it go. What's going to happen is what's going to happen, in my opinion. But however, I want to address the code situation, because I was watching my main man, Blue Blood Sports TV, shout out to Blue, and he was talking about how, Virgil Ortiz would never do this, or Errol Spence would never train to go spar with Canelo Alvarez to prepare him for Terence Crawford. And I do agree with that. Errol Spence will probably never do nothing like that. But you can't hold Boots to that standard. Boots doesn't come from that. He don't know who Neely Fuller Jr. is. He don't know what the code is. He don't understand that. You know what I mean? He don't know what being on code is. That dude is trying to make money to take care of himself and maybe his family or whatever the case may be, and that's it. He don't know what that shit is. Like, he's not going to take any stance, for any kind of solidarity, to be with his people. So for all of you guys who are confused of what's going on, let me explain to you what the code is, what they're talking about. So basically, the code is this here. RIP to RIP to Neely Fuller. RIP to you. Neely Fuller is the one who actually coined the phrase being on code. Being on code means upholding an unspoken system pretty much of beliefs, right? Beliefs and behaviors that pretty much prioritizes the well-being and advancement of the Black community over individual interests. So when you break that down, that's not what the Black community is in today's time. I mean, basically in the African American community. When I say Black community, I'm not talking about other groups. I'm talking about African Americans, in particular. So, cause that's where it came from. So, you can't expect Boots to uphold a system of beliefs and behaviors that will prioritize the well-being and advancement of the Black community over individual interests. Boxing is an individual sport, and everybody's going to always, put their own self-interest over the group. Floyd Mayweather has done it. These people don't care nothing about that. Whether it's any of these celebrity boxers or fighters, they are not a part of that code. They're not a part of that code. Do you get what I'm saying? So we can't hold them accountable to that. And I'm not saying give them a pass. I'm just saying that's just the reality of the situation. These guys are not that. The reason why you are upset is because Boots has not lived up to your expectations. I keep telling you, me as a fan of the sport of boxing and a content creator myself, I don't have any expectations of any of these fighters. I don't have an emotional attachment to any of these fighters. Whether they live or whether they die, I don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't have an attachment to them because these fighters don't give a damn about whether you live or whether you die. These fighters come in the game. They're trying to make money for themselves and their families, and that's it. They're not Muhammad Ali, fam. None of these fighters are Muhammad Ali. None of these fighters are any of these guys. Like Ali is Ali. These guys don't know nothing about the code. They don't care nothing about the code. Everybody's in it for themselves. There is no code amongst the Black community, African American community anyways. I think everybody knows that because the African American community will tear down other Blacks in the name of helping other groups. Like perfect example, when Devin Haney lost to Ryan Garcia, and it was found out that Ryan Garcia got popped for Oscar and got popped dirty. Look how many Black content creators, once that came out, once we found out that, hey, this guy was a drug cheat, this and that, they still say, no, man, we gonna ride with the Mexican American over our own brother. Because these guys are not on code. They don't understand the code. They don't care nothing about it. That code is dead in the African American community amongst a lot of circles. Did you get what I'm saying? So that's why I don't have any high expectations of the modern day Black American sports figure in today's time. I just don't have any, you know what I mean? I mean, some people will look at Boots, he's selling out. I don't see Boots as selling out. I mean, Boots, you cannot hold him to that thought process. He's not a Tariq Nasheed. He's not a Jason Black. He's not a Neely Fuller Jr. or RIP to him. He's not a Francis Cress Welsing. He's not a Dr. Claude Anderson. He's just a nigga from Philadelphia that can box. That's it. And his name and reputation is built off of a Black man from Omaha, Nebraska, because he's a switch hitter, because he can fight southpaw or orthodox. That's it. Did you get what I'm saying? So you can't put that kind of pressure on a Jaron Boots Ennis. He's just another nigga that can box. He's helping a Mexican and Canelo, a white Mexican, and Canelo Alvarez get ready to prepare him to try to beat another African-American fighter from Omaha, Nebraska. Nothing more, nothing less. He's probably a fan of the guy, and he's probably getting paid money, more than like he's getting paid. It is what it is, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, I do see what a lot of people are talking about. Do you get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is. As I said before, as it relates to the code, it is rooted in a history of both survival and resistance against systematic oppression. And it is used to foster unity, upliftment, and mutual support. So being on code is basically something that the African American community come together in order to, it's for survival and it's for resistance against systematic oppression. And it is used to foster up unity and upliftment and pretty much mutual support. Well, these fighters don't look at it being a systematic oppression, especially if you're a Black fighter who making money and rich. I keep telling y'all, once you start making a certain amount of money, it's not about that anymore. It's about classism. It's about the haves and the have-nots. This nigga got money. You niggas don't have money. This is how they look at it. So they don't look at it as a systematic oppression. They look at it as, man, I got mine. You got to get yours. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to get mine. And you do whatever you got to do to get yours. It's like we can't hold them to that belief system when these guys are they're not a part of that. That's not their belief system. That's not their code of ethics. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this is why you will have some people, they don't mind selling out their own kind because they don't have an attachment to their people like that to the point to where, you know, they don't see a problem with them selling out. Do you get what I'm saying? That's just reality of the situation, because a sellout is someone who only cares about himself. He's only going to look out for his individual self, right? You know, and he's willing to sacrifice the group in order for a personal gain. Did you get what I'm saying? So when people saying they disappointed in Boots, he's not on code. I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying that you brothers and sisters who feel that way, you're wrong for feeling that way. I'm not saying you're wrong for feeling that way. What I'm saying is I'm trying to get you to see it from someone from Boots' standpoint. That man don't know nothing about no damn code. What do you know about the code? His daddy probably ain't teach him that shit. His daddy probably ain't teaching about no code. And look, man, you know, if you go do this, you get what I'm saying, it's going to be looked upon as you selling out your own people for the benefit of the other man. You know, he don't look at it that way. And guess what? And if he does know about the code and he still made a decision to go train and spar with Canelo to help Canelo beat another African-American brother, then that just lets you know that he don't give a fuck about it anyways. So the reason why I'm not upset with Boots is because I've never had any expectations of him anyways. I look at Boots like I look at Gervonta Davis. I don't have any expectations of these guys. I don't have any emotional attachment of these guys. I don't look at these guys the way you look at them. As a good friend of mine by the name of Steve Kim told me, he said, Coach, I have come to the conclusion that I have seen the best years of boxing that I'm going to see. Right now, I'm just going to watch it for what it is and enjoy the ride, make money off of it. And when Steve Kim told me that, that's when it hit me. And that's when I decided to separate myself emotionally from the sport. I'm not emotionally attached to the fans, especially online, and I'm not emotionally attached to the fighters. I'm not. There's nothing that a fighter can do that will surprise me. Do you get what I'm saying? As it relates to being on code. Because black fighters are not on code anyways. They don't give a damn about no code. Hell, you got black YouTube channels not on no damn code. You got goddamn nobody is on no code really, because you know if you talking bad about one black fighter, they try to uplift another black fighter. That's not code. If you helping a non-black fighter, helping him to beat a black fighter, that's not on code. You get what I'm saying? So like there is no code. You know, the shit that goes on in the streets with the stuff that people who look like me do to each other, that's not code. So the code is bingo. The code is over with. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying we can't apply well, I don't want to say the code is gone, but you know, in the context of boxing, this is an individual by the name of Jaron Boots Ennis. He hasn't been raised that way. His daddy ain't taught him that. He looking at it like, man, I'm finna go get me some money. And then I don't like Crawford anyway, so I'm finna go help Canelo try to beat this dude or whatever. I don't know what his motivation is. But however, he's getting paid. And if you're a Canelo, like this is a gimme. If you're a boxing fan, you have to know that he's gonna be working with Jaron Boots Ennis to try to prepare him for a guy he's never seen before in the ring. I mean, that's a gimme. And if you someone like a Boots, you're going to get paid a little money. You know what I mean? I don't think he get paid a whole lot of money, but you're going to get paid a little money. And then you get a chance to be around a fighter who you're a big fan of at the same time. You get what I'm saying? And you're preparing him to be the guy who your team has been comparing you to, because they use Bud's name to help build your profile. They never say Boots' name without saying Bud's name, because it's like, man, you know, we trying to, he's the next version of him. And me personally, I don't see it. You know, I see more manufactured than anything. I do see that. But however, that's my take on it. People have been hitting me up, asking me about it. I really don't see a problem with it. You know, the code is a group first mentality. The code is a group first mentality, right? You think about the group before you think about the individual. That's not the era that we're in right now. So I just want everybody just to chill, back up off of Boots. You know, don't be on the man bumper. Again, I don't have a relationship with him or anybody on his team, nor do I care to myself. It's just another fight. Crawford fighting Canelo, it's just another fight. That's all it is to me. Just another fight. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. Unless it's a draw, we'll find out. But to me, it's not that serious. After this fight, you know, of course, I got Bud winning. But after this fight, you know, win, lose, or draw, after this fight, we're going to move on to the next fight. That's how I see it. It's not that serious to me. Do you get what I'm saying? So much love to everybody. You know, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I got a lot of people watch my content, but a good number of you guys don't subscribe. So if you're watching on a smart TV, please open up your phone on your app, the YouTube app, and subscribe. Hit the like button. It helps us out a lot. We growing like crazy. Much love. I catch you guys on the next one. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.